What is a typo? Well, a normal dictionary says that it's short for typography error. A better response from Urban Dictionary, a mispeeling of a word when typing or texting. It's annoying when people point out your errors and correct you, because sometimes you don't focus on your grammar and punctuation like some fucking nerd, or maybe you just didn't know how to spell the damn word. Thanks, Hitler is a Jew, for a very accurate description. I also like the tags. Yeah, so a typo is an accidental misspelling of a word, usually because of inaccurate typing. For example, the title of this video. The last place you'd expect to see a typo or grammatical error would be in a publication, such as a book, but I never would have guessed that games often have the most random typos ever. So let's start with Mega Man. Everyone's played it at least once in their lifetime. Mega Man 7 was released in 1995 on the SNES, and takes place directly after Mega Man 6, which was released in 1993. Mega Man had just brought Dr. Wily into justice, when all of a sudden, Dr. Wily's money went through and his electricity was restored to his lab, and Dr. Gero's androids were brought back to life. Oh, hello, Dr. Willy. I'm sure it was just an honest mistake. Or a well-done joke. In Mega Man 6, Dr. Willy had his own typo. Mega Man 8, released in 1996, did too, but this time, Mega Man goofed. Finally, in Mega Man 10, 1993, homing projectiles. I bet Dr. Willy had something to do with this. Don't worry, Capcom, you aren't the only ones to not proofread your work. Final Fantasy VII has a famous goof with Ares and Cloud outside the sick man's house in the slums. She says, "This guy are sick." Luckily, they fixed this in the more recent PC remake. Another one they fixed was the naming of the main character in Final Fantasy V. The original Japanese name is Butts. Due to the translation, the original English game release in 2002, 4 years after the Japanese release, came with Butts. We had a named character whose name was Butt. Later on in the game's re-release for the Game Boy in 2007, the name had been changed to Bartz, which is probably better than Butt. In the English version of Final Fantasy Legend of the Crystal, an OVA released in 1997, he's referred to as Bats. And finally, in Final Fantasy's Dissidia in 2009, Mr. Butt's name is said to be Bartz, and hopefully it will stay that way. Translation errors are the best kind, but everyone who worked on the most famous written errors of all time, Zero Wing, will never live down the shame. Let's take a look, shall we? As you can see here, everything is fucked. Another nice screw up, Fatal Fury Special, an arcade game from 1993 and later for the PlayStation 2. No, good work guys. Dark Souls will join us here. If Crime City is to be remembered at all, it will be remembered as that arcade game with the stupid shooty pew-pews that were ridiculously slow. The end credits really topped the cake though. We successfully rescued the mayor, and now we get to see what every character's real name was. Have you ever wondered what the name was of a particular guy shooting at you? Well, here we have Joe, Richard, Stick Weapon Master, Fritz, Bottle Grenade Master, Bob, a punk boss called Bob. Yeah, right. Look, even the dog is named. Next, we have Bubble Bobble, made in 1986. This one makes sense in a way. It's most likely just a bad translation. Then when they re-released it for the PS2, they sort of fixed it. Ghostbusters, one of the worst games with the best 8-bit music. After finishing this terrible game, they make you feel even worse by adding this. Just stop trying! You can't be that desperate. Let's pump through the last of them really quickly. Ikari Warriors, 1986. Tamagotchi Game Boy, 1997. X-Men 1992. Secret of the Stars 1993. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1989. Metal Gear. Metal Gear again. Ninja Kid. Payback Rise of the Nations. Samurai Showdown. Sonic Heroes. Super Street Fighter 2. Surprise Attack. Okay, are we done? No! King of Fighters. Legend of Zelda. Graetest 3. Bloody Wolf. Just to name a few. Well, my heart hurts, so I'm going to forget about this. Forever. Okay, I'm fucking done. I am done.